Nah, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, it's the Outcast Angel bringing you another episode of The Comic Wall. And as you can tell by my botched little rap thing here, today I'm going to be going over the last issue of Dan Panosian's Slots. Now, this was a very short-lived series, but it was interesting to say the least. Because, wow, I've never really been into boxing or wrestling or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, I wasn't wrestling in middle school, but that was a lifetime ago anyway. But you know, I never really watched all this stuff, and when Skybound announced Slots coming in, I thought it'd be interesting, so I picked it up, and it was more than interesting. It got me hooked. So if y'all haven't kept up with Slots, first off, there's going to be spoilers in this video. So if you don't like spoilers, get out. But if y'all have kept up with this series, stick around. It's going to be fun, and let's get to talking. So Stanley Manly Dance. If you guys remember in last issue, he pretty much got his butt kicked, and he made this deal with Les, I believe it was, that he would throw the fight, this next fight he was going to be in order to win him some money, to get, I guess, to kind of put some bad business behind them. Obviously, a guy like Les doesn't put business behind them, so he came to Stanley's gym, I guess, to kind of spar with him a bit, and he ended up kicking his butt. And he also brought two other goons of his to hold Stanley down, and yeah, it didn't turn out very well. So Lucy, Stanley's son, ended up coming to his old man's rescue, and he's trying to convince him to just say, you know what, just don't fight, you're gonna hurt yourself, and showing that he cares about his old man still. From there, Stanley goes to, if you guys remember the first issue, he buried a revolver in the dirt by this huge rock. I would call it a tombstone, maybe trying to bury the past behind him. But he goes back and he digs it up. First off, I'm pretty sure that you shouldn't do that to a gun, but yeah. Anyway, so at first it looks like he's gonna kill himself, but now he ends up going to meet with Greg and Sticky. I believe that's his name is. That's what his name is. But he's going and he's discussing all this stuff, and they're trying to convince him, don't fight, you are a mess. And he looks a mess. He has a band-aid across his forehead. Apparently he hobbled in to the building when he went to go talk to them. And it's I get this vibe from Stan that he's the type that doesn't give up, doesn't know when to give up, and things just work out for him. I've known a couple of guys like that, and it's interesting just to see that, obviously things are working out for him. It's a story, that's how it's written. But it hurts. It hurts because it's like, okay, you're in over your head, so slow down, pull back, but nah. So from there, he has an idea, thinking, you know what, instead of throwing the fight, I'm gonna win it and throw it in Les's face. So he ends up going to talk to Betsy, who's the owner of the piggy bank, which is, it's a casino, right? I thought it was a dance club for some reason, because her daughter, Mercy, is a dancer. Anyway, he's going to her, telling her that, about his plan, and from there, he goes with Sticky, who gives him a shot right up the butt. Well, not up the butt, but in the butt. And it made him feel good, so obviously it's something that shouldn't be used recreationally or competitively in sports. So you sports fanatics out there, play safe and play fair. Anyway, now he's like, he's just ready to go, and his hands looked better wrapped than mine do. I just took mine from a video here on YouTube, but you know, I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. Anyway, he's watching a fight between his son Lucy, and he's pretty pumped. He's ready to go, despite the fact that he got his butt kicked the other day, and from there he's getting ready to fight. He's fighting, what was his name? Frank Turner. And it looks like this huge Rocky versus Apollo deal, and it ends a little faster than the Rocky Apollo deal because Stanley gets knocked out right there. And right here, Dan offers like 12 panels of 3 of Sticky, and then the other 9 of different characters, saying like, whoa, wait. And in the middle, in the first, in panels 2 and 3, you hear crack, and then what? And it's like, at first I thought he was fighting throughout the whole thing. Turns out he got knocked out in one punch. So, Sticky wakes him up, and turns out that obviously he didn't win. It's the fastest knockout he's seen in his whole life. Les is pretty happy that he won, and so from there, Stan is taken to another room. He's on a gurney. What is it? He's trying to think of a new plan, which is like, dude, you got knocked out. You're just getting your butt kicked. It's not working anymore. Just stop. But does this Stan the man dance? And he's obviously not going to stop. So, he has the bright idea that, you know what? I'm going to screw Les over. Just get on with it. So from here, we find out that Stan is actually heading to, what is it, the Royale? I guess it's a casino as well. First off, in the scene before, Mercy actually came back to talk to her mom. I'm not sure what's going on yet, but you know, obviously, well, no. In a few scenes earlier, Mercy or Betsy, they all end with E. Betsy talks to Stan saying, "Hey, Mercy came back to talk to me. She was a mess and she didn't want to take the deal anymore," something like that. Anyway, Stan ends up going to Les's casino, and he messes with this water tower that's at the top of the casino, and from there he destroys every single water system working for the fire sprinklers, and in that case it causes so much damage. Les is pissed, and this is where Stan's luck runs out because he ends up on the same floor as Les, and Les pulls a gun from one of the security guards and shoots Stan. And first off, I love this scene right here where you just see the cigarette fall from Stan's mouth and just drop into darkness. It's beautiful. It says so much without saying anything at all. It's literally just blackness, you know? Anyway, next scene, we find out Stan's alive. He survived, so he's somehow still pretty lucky. Anyway, so Stan is handcuffed to a hospital bed. Turns out Les is being arrested for trying to kill Stan. Les's casino is knee deep in water, and the damages is going to cost him enough as it is, so he's out of money. Anyway, they ended up finding Sticky's secret sauce in Stan's body. That sounds a little out there, but you know, bear with me. And so that ends up disqualifying the fight between Stan and Frank. And so from there, we see that Stan ends up being suspended for a year, but he's going to jail anyway, so it's not gonna matter. So Les is done. He's pretty much going to jail too. He has no money left after all of this, so he's screwed. So Stan did it. He even as he's lays in bed, he just says, "I did it." And here we see his shit-eating grin, you know, that we've seen throughout the whole series, and it's beautiful. So with what I have to say, you know, Dan, you did amazing. This story was, it was short, but it was sweet, and it was entertaining. I've never been a big fan of sports type stories or comics, to say the least. And not that this was a sports related story, but it was well thought out, and it was well written and drawn. Beautiful artwork, by the way, because if you guys don't notice, or if you guys don't know this, know this. I said notice, know this. Dan Panosian also was the artist for this. He was the creator, writer, and artist. This was a beautiful story. I loved it. It was well drawn, well written, and it was awesome, you know. So again, thank you to Mr. Dan Panosian. I hope I'm saying your name right. I've heard it from other Skybound videos, so you know I'm kind of working off of there. But it was fantastic, and I honestly think that we might be seeing more of Stanley later down the line, because I kind of feel like this is a story that doesn't just end right there, you know. But you know, I've only witnessed about 3 other comic series ending, that being Nailbiter, Invincible, Green Valley, and Extremity, and Sluts, of course. But it was a fun ride, and I hope y'all like this video. Like and subscribe if you want to get more of my videos. Show the love, you know. And ring the bell if you want to get notifications of when I post new videos. So with that being said, I'm the Outcast Angel, and thank you for watching.